Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today we are taking a look at the deck that won the Azorius color challenge. Yes, it runs for Teferi, but before you unsub and dislike and turn on your caps for the comments, check out the rest of the deck. It's a Superfriends deck. It's a Planeswalker deck. It has 4 Dovins and 4 Karns as well. It also has a Tezzeret and an Ajani, and we also play Tocatli Honor Guard as an early play just to have something with Seal Away. Treasure Map to tie things together. History of Benalia, it makes some blockers to protect our Planeswalkers and also give us kind of even more value engines. It's sort of like a Planeswalker that you can't attack is History of Benalia. It's like a Planeswalker that makes 2 creatures and then the ultimate pumps them. So it's Planeswalker-ish in its play pattern, but we have 14 total Planeswalkers and Oath of Teferi to make them do double duty, Settle the Wreckage to catch people attacking our Planeswalkers, and Mass Manipulation, just one of them, to steal all the opponent's goodies if they're also on a mid-range plan like Golgari or an Angel deck, something that plays to the board and is hard for all of our cards to deal with and keeps our Planeswalkers under constant threat. The deck is mostly white, so we have 11 planes and 5 islands. The Mass Manipulation is for extremely late game, or there's a treasure map that can also flip and help cast it. So I'm not too worried about that one. Instead, you see that most of the blue is only single blue early, and then double blue is only for Tezzeret with quads out of nowhere very late in the game. I also throw in an Arch of Vraska because these games go long. If the Planeswalkers are dying consistently because the opponent keeps good pressure on them, we need a way to draw multiple cards and get through mana floods. Oath of Teferi has a few tricks in this deck. It can blink History of Benalia to make even more knights. It can blink the Planeswalkers to increase their loyalty, but that's awkward because you don't get to activate them twice that turn if you do that. It can blink a treasure map if you want the map side back, which can happen if you're sitting on a treasure cove and you are out of treasures to sacrifice. You might want to flip it back to a map. You can also blink a seal away. Say you sealed away a token or a dive down stopped it from sealing something away. You can blink the seal away and hit something else that is tapped. Okay, this was a pretty fun deck. I was very surprised, to be honest, that it ended up being the deck that made it. It was one of those decks that I tried thinking it wouldn't work and I'd have to end up playing an Azorius control deck. But instead, Teferi brought his friends along for the ride this time. Let's go play some games. This hand is good-ish. We get Tocatli, we get a Grand Arbiter, but we have to draw the land. I'll put my faith in drawing land. Cross your fingers. Dauntless is in the house. Hopefully this is going to be a matchup where Tocatli shuts down the Mighty Elephant and the 1/3 shuts down all the attacking creatures. But let's find out. White-red. Well, that's not as encouraging, since they usually might play cards like Lightning Strike and Heroic Reinforcements. Okay, we found another land before things got out of hand. Here's Tocatli. Let's hope it gives the opponent a little bit of grief. They have a Sunhome Stalwart. That's obnoxious. But no attacks. So, we could make knights, and we could make Thopters. I'll go for the knights first. Knights a little stronger than the Thopters. This deck also plays an unusual amount of artifacts between Dovin making Thopters, Karn making Constructs, and Treasure Map making treasures. So the Constructs are not tiny. They get very large and in charge. No attacks. We're gonna need another land off the top. I'm already dreading the next draw step. But if we get to curve right into a Ajani, then we can start working on the sizing of our creatures and we should be in decent shape. Getting aggressive. Alright. Well, I'll try some blocks. The opponent might have a way to get funky. Trumpet Blast. Okay, but that only... That means I get to trade for these two, though, which I'm pretty happy with, considering Benalia is going to make another knight, and we drew the land. Hype. So here's a Johnny. Excuse me. And let's get back our Tocatli Honor Guard.
Our kinship has more work to do.
So we've got some blockers, and a Johnny motivational speaker is here to pep us up with his sweet comments. You should be proud to have come so far. Act of treason? Oh no. A Johnny? No. He was a good cat. Everyone loved him. No reason to block. A Johnny's going to die either way, and doing 1 damage to...
Well, I have failed.
I will succeed where you failed, Johnny. I will do it. I'll do it for you. Let's smash face. And I think it's Karn's turn. I'm going to plus Karn. We need to find some land, and normally finding some land is just what Karn is good at. In this case, I got 2 choices there, and both of them make more bodies to put on the battlefield and put between my opponent and me. Risk factor, huh? I'll take it. Opponent brought risk factor to this party with Act of Treason. Looks like a new-ish player build. So the Oath of Teferi can get double activations out of our boy Karn, and can set up the rest of our Planeswalkers to go haywire. I think I like it. Now there isn't much to blink. I'm just going to blink the, I guess, planes. I don't know. We have an extra land next for a turn cycle. Doesn't really matter, right? But let's make some critters.
Awaken.
Let's get...
There is great power in the things we make.
Let's get some artifacts going. You're going to see that these grow very quickly if we're allowed to untap and play Tezzeret or Dovin. I'll probably play Treasure Map and Dovin. Tezzeret's awesome, but he can wait for a minute. It's not that bad if he's the last thing out of our hand. Double spelling looks like it will get us much further ahead. So first things first, let's plus our Karn.
I'll make use of that later.
Mass manipulation. Ready. Our opponent gives us the mass manipulation, of course. No fear.
Allow me to introduce you to a friend of mine.
Here comes Dovin, cranking out Thopters.
I will gladly point out your I stand on the shoulders of giants.
So we kind of end up spamming the Planeswalker voice lines, and there they are. The constructs are up to 6/6, and the opponent is out of here. They want no more of this. We have the Hallowed Fountains in the Arch. It'll be fine. And we actually have some, like, Seal Away, Settle the Wreckage removal stuff with Teferi. This looks like a control hand. Of course, we know our deck is a little different than that, but giving the opponent the wrong impression isn't always a bad thing. Most opponents don't quite know how severe the Planeswalker spam is going to get when they start playing against our deck. Blue and black. Direfleet Poisoner at regular speed. Okay. I could set up a Seal Away for it, or I could play my Treasure Map. I don't think that having the map on the battlefield is going to do anything for a while. At the same time, I don't know if this is what I plan to seal away. I can just trade a Benalia Knight for it, so I'll play the map. Who knows where we might have a spare mana lying around to make the map do some work. But I'm not doing the upkeep stop. I don't need it. Not here. I know what I want to do next turn. Our opponent's charting a course, so blue-black, some kind of pirate deck. I have one of those up my sleeve. Maybe we'll see it later in the color challenge. Here comes that knight. So what I need to do now is draw land, but I really want to be available to a land if one comes, so I guess I'm not doing an upkeep stop, because if I top deck a 4th land, that's what I want to play. I want to play a Karn. So Kitesail Freebooter, take your choice. You hit my whole hand. Which piece do you want? Seal away. All right. Yeah, I'll block. I have no problem trading away. There's the land. Here's the Karn. Let's start getting more cards.
The choices we make reveal who we are.
Tecatli's pretty good against pirates, hostage taker, and stuff like that. So, I think the opponent will give me the other card. Oh, they gave me the Tecatli. They're going to try to cut me off on mana. Alright, we'll see how that works out for them. Maybe they're not afraid of Tecatli. Or maybe they plan to play their hostage taker right now. Let's find out. Okay, they definitely are running cards with ETB abilities. And they gave me Tecatli. They must also have a way to kill it, that's what I'm guessing. I still don't think I want to use the map on my upkeep. Opponent ignores the Karn. They know about the second one. Let's keep plussing.
A curious choice.
We could get the land there to make sure we hit our land drop, but we put the opponent in another spot where do they give us a good spell? Okay, they choose to let us hit our land drop anyway. So I'm going to play the Tecatli, since I do think it might affect their game, and I'm going to play the Dovin. Get that critter cooking.
I don't enjoy seeing your mistakes, but I'll make an exception for you.
Oh, I'll make an exception for you. How fun. The Thopter doesn't line up good against the freebooter, but patience, it will get better. I do hope the opponent has some hostage takers in hand or something else. Ravenous Chupacabra. And it's a Dreamcaller Siren with no ETB. Ouch. Opponent's rereading the Dreamcaller Siren. Now the opponent's reading Tecatli. Oh no. They didn't see it coming. They didn't see it coming. Alright, going after Dovin. No blocks.
Fully for you.
Frickin' Dovin. Alright. Let's keep plussing the Karn, I think. Or is it time to minus? I guess we can start the minusing of the Karn now that we have all this going on.
Must be built.
It's the small things that matter.
So we could play the Teferi here and untap 2 lands, but that doesn't hold up Settle. But I think now I'll just keep the Settle open, but our opponent could have a counterspell for it. They know about it. It's a little awkward. Part of me feels like I should just get that part of the game over with, and the other part says play Teferi, block with the Thopter, and just push the advantage. But I think we'll try the Settle line. If the opponent is able to attack through it and... Well, they can't kill the Dovin as long as I still block with the 1/1. So, yeah, we'll see what the opponent does here. Curious how they play knowing about Settle the Wreckage. Ah, there's a murder. Alright, they got rid of Tecatli. They're like, enough of that nonsense. Well, Dreamcaller, what you doing? That must be a Lookout's Dispersal. We're going to find out before we declare blocks, but let's make the opponent have it. Oh. Oh my. No Lookout's Dispersal. My idea was we'll get rid of the Dispersal and then Teferi will be good, and we can even potentially minus Teferi on the freebooter and get back the Seal Away and seal away the Dreamcaller Siren, but looks like that will not be necessary. Let's mark the upkeep for a stop now. I think we have enough mana. And we'll do it again. Alright, 2 lands to the bottom. Map didn't start working for a long time, but as soon as it went to work, it did work. Let's make another Thopter. Let's make another Construct.
Oh, say hello.
Let's say hello to these little friends. Once the Karns and Dovins and get rolling, it adds up fast. And now Teferi's on the team.
Keep up the pace.
Mark the upkeep for a stop again. See what we get. Demon Lord Belzenlock. Well, no wonder the opponent had to kill that Tecatli. What you got? Hostage Taker. Patient Rebuilding. And that thing that fetches pirates, the Forerunner of the Coalition. Alright. You're about to see some huge constructs. The way the deck usually wins the game, for sure. We could also mass manipulate, steal our opponent's things. Alright, go to main. Make another construct.
Awaken.
So we could go blue, blue, 1, 2, 3, 4, steal all their stuff. These would go down to 6 6s, but that's still lethal. Mine. Yeah! Love it. Ooh, this hand is not good. I'm going to try for better. And we did. We have some seal aways to keep us alive, 2 lands. And if we find some more land, Karn and Settle the Wreckage. To play sort of the control game in case our opponent tries to run us over. So this is what we'll try. Scry, I'm looking for land. I don't think there's anything else I would keep. 1 treasure map in this hand would be a lot better than 2 seal aways, I think, or the Settle the Wreckage, but so be it. Oh, alright, fine. I'll keep that only because it might help me get to land. And on the play, see, the last version didn't have the cheap removal spells. If I was treasure mapping while getting beaten down, there'd be like no hope. I'm going to map on upkeep for the land. Here's Wild Growth Walker. Looks like we get Golgari. Gold garbage, as some of you not a fans call it. And kick it on over. Let's put another upkeep stop down. Keep the land coming. Keep the map coming. Alright, Wild Growth. I'll go ahead and seal away now. This is a pretty tough matchup, and they are one of the few decks that can get just as much value off Planeswalkers as you can. So the mass manipulation in the deck comes up huge in this matchup. We do have to work our way to it. And we have to get our Planeswalkers going as soon as possible while keeping the board kind of clear for them. Here's a Jade Light. Alright. Let's mark that upkeep again. I'm still looking for land. Of course, maybe I just want to see if I draw one this time. That was a nice little fake out, huh? Alright, so here we go. Let's flip this ASAP to Kotley. So good against them. What did they keep on top? Another Wild Growth Walker? Okay. Let's test you. I was gonna wonder if we were going to go through this matchup without drawing the ace in the hole, which is to Kotley, but there it is. Chupa Chupa. Oh, Vivian Reed. Ah, that's the worst. That is the worst, my friends.
The wild wasn't meant to be balance comes.
The nastiest thing they could do to me. Alright. Definitely taking the damage. Still holding back that Jade Light. Still a coward. Alright. We could go for giant Karnstructs. That might force Vivian to minus to deal with them. But I can't let Vivian keep plussing. The other thing I could do is throw away Teferi, which I think I like a bit better.
I won't hide from the... I'm not ready for this quest.
And we'll see if... The opponent will eventually get that Vivian back, of course. But it gives me a few turns to try to get on my front foot. Here comes the Walker. I'm not blocking, and I'm not blowing up my treasures.
We will meet again.
Opponent still has to deal with our little honor guard here. And they don't know it. That or they don't care. Music stops. Oh. Alright, so we'll play Teferi again and try to get our opponent to walk in to settle the wreckage.
Let's skip to the good part.
Alright, we untap this, and it makes it look like we plan to draw a card. And now, if the opponent wants these lands, sorry buddy, you'll have to give up your Vivian Reed. Crushing blow. So do you shuffle with Vivian Reed sitting on top? You do? Thank you. Thank you so much. All part of the plan. That was not. That's a little more unfortunate. But this deck is better suited than a typical control deck to put enough meat on the battlefield to fight with a Carnage Tyrant. We're not in a great spot to do it now, though. I guess I'll have to put this Karn out and plus it as well. And just try to work our way back to another Settle the Wreckage. Let's untap these. Mana boost, though, won't help us much this turn. Blank for a Branchy. Karn, huh? Cool. No blocks. We can offer up many things for the opponent to attack over the next few turns. That's interesting because they don't know about this Teferi. Anyway, cards. Cards and cards and cards. Nice. Let's play the Benalia. Play the Dovin.
It's hard to be a genius surrounded by lesser minds. I benefit from another's success.
Ta-da. I'm going to play out the blue mana instead of the white, even though the opponent knows about the white, because mass manipulation might be something in the near future. And we'll untap that and that. Give the look of a counter spell player. And what next, Death Lizard? Of course you're going after Teferi. So should I throw away one of my tokens to get another card? I think I should. Like, these are very expendable. I'm just trying to milk as many cards out of Teferi here as I can.
I'm getting too old for this.
The trample will take it to 1, but if the opponent could have removed it, they would have. And my turn. More knights, more cards.
You know what? I'm not done.
Nice. So now what we're really looking for is a way to avoid finality, which is probably the scariest thing that can happen from this point. We're definitely going to minus the Dovin. I'm trying to think if I want to flip the Treasure Cove or make more knights with Benalia, and I think flipping the Treasure Cove is the long-term value plan. So here is Oath of Teferi. Let's flip the Treasure Cove. It'll come back as a treasure map so we can get back to scrying. Let's play another plus.
Hurry!
Another Benalia. That's good. Minus. Here's a Dovin Thopter.
Small example of my genius.
We'll plus again so that Dovin doesn't die.
Trinket.
We'll play the land in the history of Benalia. More knights, please. No attacks. And here come all the triggers. So treasure map returns. We untap 2 lands for 1 Teferi activation and another 2 lands for the other Teferi activation. And we're starting to do it, but it's very scary that the opponent can have that card. Alright, resolve. They put the counters on the Carnage Tyrant, didn't even bother saving the Wild Growth Walker, but it's a big reason why we also saved the Tecatli. And there's a Golgari Guildgate and another Branchwalker. So our opponent did hold some Explore action. They find another Vivian, so they're getting back in it. We're still going to have huge turns, though. Goes after Teferi. Let's work on finding another Settle, shall we? This Carnage Tyrant's done enough damage, in my opinion.
I really should have seen that coming.
Oh, Teferi, how did you not see that coming, you fool? Alright, scry him to the bottom. To the bottom, to the bottom. Ooh. So you're telling me you got a Vivian Reed, huh? Alright, let's trigger those. We get 2 activations here, so it'll be a minus and a plus.
Enjoy seeing things suffer. My inventions bring joy to me and others.
So do I play a Tecatli? I think my opponent's going to come down and minus this on something. Maybe the Oath of Teferi or maybe the treasure map. So the Tecatli won't do anything that turn. I think I'm better off with the Teferi double plussing. I know it may die
Hold that thought.
to the Carnage Tyrant, but I'm willing to
We
dig.
need to move quickly.
Alright. Well, it looks like I get to play a Tecatli anyway. See if the opponent is willing to play around Settle the Wreckage. It got him before, but I don't think they can afford to, so I don't expect anybody to play around Settle the Wreckage here.
How this thing goes is up to you, pal.
It's an interesting choice, the treasure map, the Oath of Teferi. And if the opponent does not make that choice and hits +1 instead, which I think is honestly worse. The problem with the +1 in this spot is, what are you going to get that Tecatli doesn't shut down? The good news is they found something. Midnight Reaper will help with that, but I'm stealing it, just so you know. Don't get it twisted up in here. So if I can absorb 5 damage, I get 2 more cards, and I have another Tecatli. So the opponent's going after it. Let's play a Seal Away. Let's take away. I don't want my opponent to draw with the Midnight Reaper, so I'm going to take this Branch Walker. I'm going to plant this Thopter here, and I'm going to plant these players over here so that the Teferi gets 2 more draws. And this way, none of my opponent's creatures die, so that Midnight Reaper doesn't trigger.
Hey, that was uncalled for.
Here's Karn. Let's plus the Teferi a few times.
You know what?
There we
I'm not
go.
done.
There we go.
Hurry.
And we hit that blue source. Although the treasure map was going to do it anyway.
I benefit from another's success. I constantly seek to innovate.
So I think I'll pay my 2 life here. 1, 2, 3. Let's go with this. Yeah, can't hurt. Mine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Remember, we're untapping 4 lands because of the Teferi double activation. And now I've got your Vivian. Unfortunately, the Vivian doesn't grab many things, but it can ultimate quickly is the plus side. And here we go. And you'll see the cards for the opponent bounce around. This is a normal Magic the Gathering bug right now, when you see their cards bouncing back and forth during phases. It's pretty fun to watch. All right. What's it gonna be, Death Lizard? Going after Vivian. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I have to do this. Sorry, not sorry. I hope you enjoyed this video with the Blue-White Superfriends deck. It was a lot of fun in the color challenge, and it can be a lot of fun if you can assemble the mythic rares to play it. The game states get crazy, and the Planeswalker voice lines just flow over each other. I get a good laugh out of it. Maybe you will too. Quick reminder here with a little bit of CGB shillin' here at the end, which is that Flipside Gaming has their St. Patrick's Day sale going the 15th through the 18th of March. Your promo code CGB gets 15% off instead of 10% off, and you can pre-order War of the Spark and Modern Horizons right now. So please go check out flipsidegaming.com, and thank you to them for supporting the channel. Every time you use that promo code, a portion of the sales supports the channel. So thank you so much for that, and thank you so much for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel or leave a comment. You can also support the channel on Patreon for special perks. Links are in the description. Our sponsors are HauntedFlower.com and FlipsideGaming.com. Haunted Flower sells officially licensed MTG apparel and accessories, and Flipside Gaming sells MTG cards and supplies. You can save 10% on either site with the promo code CGB, and it supports the channel at the same time. See you next time for another day in the arena. For now, it's me, it's CGB, signing out.